Hello everybody and welcome to video number 8 in this little series where we're going to look at how to conduct an independent t-test in Excel. Now once again I have pre-prepared some data to use, and you might recognise this from the last video, as the data over on the left hand side is exactly the same as the last video. So what's the scenario? So what I'm basically saying here is I want to compare the number of sales made in February to the number of sales made in March to see if they are the same or if there is a statistically significant difference between them. So all I have done basically is set up another data set over here on the right. You'll note that there are 2 more days because March is a longer month than February. February only has 28 days, March has 31. So this is actually quite simple, quite straightforward. What you need to do is go to the Data tab and then choose the Data Analysis option over on the far right of the menu bar. If you click on that, this brings up the Data Analysis dialog box, and mine's already selected or already on the t-test 2 sample assuming unequal variances, which is the test that we actually want, but obviously yours could be anywhere on that. So select the t-test with 2 samples assuming unequal variances, click on OK, and you get the dialog box coming up, and it's basically a case of entering the ranges for the 2 sets of data and the output range. So if I click, put my cursor in there, I then come over to the first set of data in column C, left click, hold down, scroll up like so. That puts the data range for that data for February's data. Click on the box below for the variable 2 range, and then do exactly the same for the March data, just like that. Then obviously I need to work out where I want it. I'm going to have it put my data, the results of my test on this spreadsheet. So I select output range, click in the box there, and I'm going to click in cell J1 there. All I then do is click on OK, and hey presto, there's my test result. Just going to sample it to widen column J out so I can actually read it, and you can see then the means, the 2 different variables. They're very close together, 180.8, 180.45. You can see the variance. There's more variance in March's dates, March's sales numbers, and as I say, there's 2 more observations there, which gives us a degrees of freedom of 40. So here we have the results down here, and it's the 2-tail one we want because obviously the test could be above or below, and that gives us a figure of 0.92, which of course is not statistically significant. So what this test is saying is that there is actually no difference between the sales numbers for February and March. That does raise the interesting point of, is a negative test necessarily a bad result or a poor result or something? No, it's not. That is just as useful to know for a manager that the sales numbers are holding up in March and are similar to February, particularly if, say, there'd been something happen like there was in March this year when the lockdown started. So it can be useful just to see that the sales numbers or the t-test result is actually the same. Obviously, if there was a statistically significant fall, then that would be a different matter, and obviously a rise in the number of sales, well, again, a different matter, and perhaps not a cause for concern. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much.